darling heart, and welcome to the Drink Less, Live Better podcast. This is the podcast that helps you to see that drinking less doesn't need to be stressful, lonely, or boring. I'm your host, Sarah Williamson, and I decided to have a year alcohol-free as a little life experiment and haven't looked back. With my experience and training, I now help other women with their alcohol-free and drink less adventures. I'm here to tell you that you can be truly joyful without alcohol in your life. Join me here each week to find out how. Today, I'd like to tell you a story about New Year resolutions and the number of times they worked out well for me. Okay, so there was that time back in, the start of that year, the one where so there was that occasion never when it worked out well. I remember all the way back to being a teenager and following the advice in Just 17 to get ready for the year ahead. There were always ideas to follow about health, fitness, exercise, and of course, the most toxic idea of all, diet. I would dutifully write down the punishing ideas in the front of my diary and set about sticking to them religiously for about a week, maybe two, if I was feeling really motivated. I never stopped to think about how any of these New Year resolutions I wrote down ever made me feel. I wrote down all of these ideas that focused on stopping things, not enjoying things, and generally depriving myself of nice things. What nonsense. Now, if you've been an avid New Year resolutioner all your life and have met with success and joy at every turn, then I wish you well, congratulate you, and you now have my full permission to turn this episode off and skip to your next listen. But if you ever stared resolution failure full in the face by the second week in January, let's go deeper. If it's not a resolution, what is it? For me, it's likely to be a goal, an intention, or an experiment. I feel I can work these words into anything I want to keep as a positive future focus. My original goal around alcohol, I called my year-long alcohol-free experiment. My first piece of advice is to never wait until any date, let alone the 1st of January, to get started. Just start now. If you'd like to run a 10k race in the next 6 months, run around the block today. If you'd like to build more muscle, do 10 squats, 10 push-ups and 10 crunches today. If you'd like to enjoy more savoury foods, don't buy those biscuits in the supermarket today. So start now, almost before you're ready. You don't need a finely drawn out plan to get started. You can pull together all the actions you need as you go along. Okay, pen and notebook at the ready, kids. Number 1. Don't choose goals that are all about negativity or punishment, stopping doing something. Can you choose a positive phrasing? Number 2. Can you do the thing? I hope it's a stretch goal or intention or experiment that scares you slightly. Number 3. Label the amount of time. Set an end date. We're not here for endless time frames. Life is too short for that shizzle. Don't tell me that what you're choosing is forever. Just the foreseeable future is okay. 4. Get some accountability, whether that's in real life or online. Find your people, your mentor, or another source of inspiration. And 5. Don't hate on yourself. Don't look for goals where you don't need them. Choose intentions that fill your heart with a jolt of joy or inspiration, and know that when you've achieved them, however long they last for, you will feel rightly proud of yourself. Thank you for being part of my ambition to have a podcast in 2021. At the start of the year, this project wasn't even in my mind, and now I'm 8 months into it. Thank you for listening to this episode, and please listen in again next time. P.S. I believe in you.